Okay, so we did the Optirough operation on the first side, so now we're gonna show how to do it on the other side. So we have it on this, we did it on this side. We can show it here, hide it, and then now we want to do it on this side. So what we're gonna need to do is we're going to need to rotate this model such that we can machine the other side, and we're gonna really isometric this side. And because it's not like I mean it is symmetric about the midplane, but you still need to redefine the toolpath because it's like it's flipped or mirrored, so you still need to do that. Yeah, I think so. Um, and we're also gonna um, redefine stock models to use for our new Optirough operation. So we'll see how that works. Um, just we'll define them from the end of this operation as the start for the next operation. And we're going to also have to use levels and planes to do this modification. So first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to make a new toolpath group. So we're going to right click and go to groups and new toolpath group, and we'll call it side 2 setup. Now we see the red arrows here, meaning that um, this is where it's going to put the next operation. But first we need to make or the way we're going to do it is we're going to use a new level to hold essentially what we're going to do is we're going to copy the model and flip it. So we're going to keep it at different levels um, for the different setups in the different operations. So we're going to go to levels and we're going to create a new level. Let's just change the name of this one to side 1, and this is going to be side 2. So now just go back to side 1 and remove visibility so we just see side 1. And we have one solid, which is this right here. So we want to flip it. So we're going to go to transform, translate to plane. We're going to do copy. So we want to copy it. And we're going to move the copy to the other level. So we're going to go to source, bottom to top. So now it moved it, it flipped it around. So we're going to check mark. And what we're going to do is now we have two solids. We can see them. We're going to move this one to the other level. So we're going to go home, and I think it's here. We're going to move this body, or we need to, yeah, so right now it's in level 1. Go here, and go move to number 2. So now we moved it to level 2, and you can see there's now one entity in level 1 and one entity in level 2. So now if we click this, it pops up, and we're going to make level 1 invisible. So now we just see level 2, and now we're going to want to transform it to this quadrant, like we did with the first for the dynamic milling operation. So we're going to remove this point to the origin, and then we're going to translate it up like we did before. So I think it's this. It's going to move, And it went the wrong way, which is nice. So we're gonna 3/16. There we go. Runs. And that is not what we want. Somehow it always doesn't do what we want it to do. So 0. We want to move in this, which is the Y, the green. So 3/16. No, front. Okay, that's what we want. I'm gonna check. Okay. So this is good. So now what we're gonna do is we want to keep the tool in the top plane because the top plane is looking at it like this. So we're gonna bring it back so we can actually see if we do a Optirough operation, it's gonna do that. So we need to change the T plane again. Plane, so bring it over, just click. So now it's gonna look from the top from our world coordinate system. So now we're gonna, well, actually what we're gonna do first is we're gonna make a stock model and we're gonna define it from our previous stock model, which is one, this one, check mark. And the problem is we haven't flipped the stock model, so we're gonna have to do that. And before I do that, I'm gonna rename this if I can. Name. We're gonna call this after side event, just so we know what it is. And we're gonna call this after side, sorry, before side 2. And the reason we need to define a stock model is so we know what's already been machined. Um, and we'll see how that will be useful. So now we're going to have to change the orientation of the stock model. So what we're going to need to do for that is stock models are defined by the stock plane. And you can see different stock planes where I think we're going to have to, well, we're gonna flip it. So right now it's defined by the top plane. So what we're gonna do, and that's based on the this stock model. So we're gonna move it to. So we're gonna define it by the bottom plane. So it should actually I'm not sure that's right, but we'll see. Should let me see. We'll try. I'm not sure it's right. So we're gonna go bottom. Okay. So that is correct. It flipped it. So this is what we want, I think. Symmetric. So you can see as long as we transform it or like shift it up into this quadrant, um, the part that's already machined is going to be on the back side, which is where we want it to be, and it aligns with this part. You can see the contours align, so it should be correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to add offsets to the stock point. So um, if we can. I'm actually not sure that we can. Yeah, we might have to actually define our own plane to offset it. Um, so we're going to do that actually. Yeah. So we have planes. We're going to make our own plane relative to bottom. I'm going to call this um, side 2, and we get 0, 0, 0, 0. We're probably going to shift that. Um, so we can see it's flipped. We're going to shift it over in the negative x by 2.75. You can check this with the measure, but I just already know the dimensions of the stock, so um, that was the wrong way. So 2.75. Now we're going to have to shift it up by z by I think 1.5. So that should do it. So we're going to check mark, and we are going to go to toolpaths and go to parameters and set the stock plane to side 2 and see what it does. So it brings the stock over, which is perfect, which is what we want. So we can see that it aligns with the stock, with the part body that we already transformed. So this is correct. This is what we want. You can see it's already machined to the midplane. So now, after we made the stock model, we are going to do the Optirough. We're going to select the body and selection. We're going to leave 10th out again. It's all correct. This should all be fine. The tool is going to be creates. We're going to just reset this parameter. 300 service feet per minute. 8 thou feet per tooth. 100 punch rate. 4 spool chain. Cup parameters. Climb 15%. 110. Everything is the same here. Sleep shallow. 174. We're going to keep this because again it'll cut a 10 thou past the midpoint, so it should completely machine this. Well, actually, just for an example, we'll keep this at 0.8, and we'll see that it won't machine it entirely. So let's go into the, actually, we have to change the simulator settings. So here, this is where the stock models are very useful. You can set the stock model um, before side 2 as your simulation initial stock. So it'll show you what's already been done, and then it'll show you the effects after um, the new operations. So we set stock model before side 2. We're going to check mark, and we're going to go into the simulation. And we're going to see how it does. So it's doing that step up. It's going to paste the part. And it's done. And it left a little bit. And so now we're going to change this to 0.74. and we'll see that it will machine the entire face. And we just skip, and we can see it machined the entire face what we wanted. So now all that's left is to make the surface finish a little better on this contour, and also we're going to use the half-inch tool um, to improve the surface finish on this contour as well, the one that goes like this. So we'll see how that goes. So now we're going to go here, we're going to go contour. Actually, before we do this, I just want to hide this because I don't want to look at that. And I'm going to hide the stock panel too. So we're going to do contour, and we're going to select, and we're doing climb milling, so we want to move this way. So we're going to start with this, and climb milling is we want to climb up the path. So the spindle is usually spinning clockwise, so it's we want it to climb up like this, climb up the path, and that's standard for CNC machining. Is you won't usually want to use climb milling. I think it improves it reduces the load on the spindle or the tool or something. But yeah, so I'm gonna just do these. I think everything should be correct. And yeah, and we can see the path here, which is pretty good. And just double check that it's working the way we want it to work. So we're gonna skip the Optirough. We're gonna hide the tool, and we're gonna see if it improves the surface finish. Yep, looks good. We're gonna see the effects. And now we're gonna add another contour pass, and we're gonna select these edges, and we're going to leave it like that. I did this before, and when I selected this edge, it would hit this face, so it's just easier to just select these and worry about that later. So I'm going to do that, and for this case, we're going to use a bigger tool because we are going pretty deep into the stock, 1.5 inches, so we're going to use a 1/2 inch flatten mill, and it's going to be that's climb milling, so that's correct. And should be correct. Everything compensation left, that's right. It's going to be on the outside. So I think I already mentioned this, but compensation is your machining. So if your the toolpath is like this, then you're just looking at it from the perspective of the toolpath. So to the left is always going to be outside. So that's what we want. If we were to select right, then it would be we would only allow the tool to move inside, which is not what we want. So I'm going to select left, and you see the toolpath. We actually, I think what we should do is add linking parameters so that it does this in little steps. Depth cuts, so we're going to 21 steps. We're going to see how this goes, and then linking parameters. Depth, it's going to be 0. Out stock 5, that's right. So everything should be correct. See how this goes. So let's run it. I'm gonna skip the Optirough and the this one, and now we're gonna see it. Oh, whoops. Let's see the tool. Yeah, we don't really see anything here. Let's do it like this. So we're gonna see it shading. Yeah, so it's pretty good, and that's what kind of pretty nice surface finish. So I think we're happy with that. And moving on to this, we can try to use a contour path on it. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not sure how well it'll work. Um, it'll definitely have trouble with this because the tool is circular, so it won't be able to reach that anyways. But you can see how it does. So we do a contour path and then select this edge, and so let's see what this does. So it looks like it might hit this stuff, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna skip through everything. And now let's see. I have a feeling it's gonna hit the stuff. Um, it's not letting me select avoiding. So we're just not gonna worry about this for now. I think we're just gonna delete it. There's probably a way to do it, but we just won't worry about it for now, I guess. Yeah. So oh, and then we need to set a stock model after. So we're same steps. We're just gonna go stock model. Um, Foresight 2 is the initial stock and the stock plane. I think we have to set this to that same side too. And source operations is all of these. So that should do it. And we can verify. Oh, well, we see it now. We hide this, and we hide this level. Um, we'll just make a new level and hide this one so we can see it. This is what we have for now as the result. So pretty nice. Yep, so that's the end of the second side.